Hi, Chris Studdy from Centurion Safety Products. Just wanted to go through with you today about our concept here, in particular our brow guard version of it. We do three versions. There is a video on YouTube for a helmet mounted version. We also do a welding version, but this one particularly I want to go through today is a brow guard version. The reason I want to do that is because there's a lot of our frontline NHS workers, bless them, that are using that product actually out there, and some key workers that are actually using that particular product. So I just want to run you through the products and do's and don'ts, some information around cleaning and stuff like that. Okay, products are down to my left, so if you see me bend down to my left, then obviously I'm just grabbing the product. So without further ado, let's start with the unit. So unit is exactly like this. This is the power unit. Battery sits onto the bottom there. I'll show you all those bits in a minute. Okay, we'll go through it. And this is TH2 certified. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, basically it's the same assigned protection factor as an FFP3 disposable mask. Okay, so it's 20 times the workplace exposure limit. Right. Unit itself, let's turn it onto its top so you can see it there. So this aperture here is where we connect the hose, and it's connected by twisting that particular unit there, and you can see some peg locators. I'll just bring that in a little bit closer. On and off switch here, just push button, and here you'll see a couple of indicators. Okay, so top one there is the battery low indicator. That will flash red when your battery is low, and it will give you an audible warning signal as well. And this one here is, say, a filter blockage or an airflow problem. That will flash amber, and again will give you an audible warning signal if there's a problem. Now I'm going to show you how that works in a little while once I connect the battery. Okay, so unit itself, let's just open up the door like that. Show you that. Just hold the filter into there like that. So here you can see, showing you with my pinky here, the pre-filter, and here is your mains filter. Now we do two types of mains filter. Both of them actually go down to particle size of 0.3 microns. This one particularly is a P2 version. It's 99.9% efficient when it comes to virus effectiveness. And then we do a P3 version, which a lot of the NHS side of the business are actually using at the moment. And that is effective to 99.99%. Okay, so let's just close that door up there. So unit itself, we'll talk a little bit more about the filter and the change in the filter when we get to the maintenance bit, which I'll probably save right to the end. Okay, so battery, you can see there, it's a lithium-ion battery. Doesn't matter when you charge it up during its life cycle. Lithium is great like that. So you can, you know, if it's got half a charge, you can just top it up. It has no memory effect or anything like that, like the old type of batteries used to have. Okay, fixes onto the unit there, nice and light, and you'll hear this clicking noise. Double click. Reason it's a double click is because there's a button on the front and there's a button on the back there. Okay, so to release that, you'll need to push both buttons at the same time to actually pull it off. Okay, the double catch we put on there when you're wearing it, obviously just to stop it from falling off or anything like that. Okay, so we'll click the battery back onto that. So charging up, you can do that with the battery off or with the battery on. Just make sure obviously the unit's turned off if you're charging it with the battery on, but just for an example, let's just pop it off. Okay, so there you can see a little phono plug plugs into the back, you can see there. Okay, on the actual plug you can see that's going green, so that's telling me that's a full battery anyway. When you start charging it, it will go red, and it will stay red until it's fully charged, and then it will go green. Okay, so that's how you know it's actually fully charged. Right, so I'll just pop the charger down. Okay, so popping the battery back in, because I'm just conscious I want to show you how this blockage and this audible warning signal actually works there. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to mimic it being blocked by actually blocking the aperture there. Okay, doing that, after a little while the PCB will say, you know, something's wrong, and it will give that audible warning signal and then that flashing light. Okay, so let's turn the unit on. Those couple of beeps is just the PCB actually setting itself. Okay, I'm going to cover this over and then I'm going to point it towards the camera. Okay, so there we go. So I've actually mimicked a blockage on the unit, and then after around sort of 3 seconds, there we go, a bit quicker than that. Okay, so you can see that flashing, and that actually shows you that there's an issue. So now if I turn it up, take my hand off of the top, you'll hear it still beeping, but the PCB will say, right, I'm now unblocked, so it's all good. There we go. Okay, so let me just turn the unit off. Just pop that battery down on there and just pop the unit down. Okay, I'm just going to show you the hose. So the hose itself. Okay, so the connecting hose, you can see, okay, you've got these little locators that you can see there on both ends of the hose. Okay, doesn't matter which end of the hose goes into the unit, which end goes into the headpiece. Okay, doesn't make any difference, but let me just show you it going into the unit first, so you can see where those pins actually locate. So they locate into the top like so. Push it down and don't twist this bit, actually just twist this bit like so. Okay, and just give that a pull just to make sure that's actually in there. Okay, just show you again. So we're popping it in, we're using those locators, and we'll just turn that and just give it a pull to actually make sure it's in there. Okay, so that's how you connect it to the unit. Let me just pop that down there. Now the headpiece. So the headpiece is like this, you can see it there. Okay, so you've got, I'll show you the inside. You can see there's a sweatband there, air channel that you can see there, the air feed that you can see there. Okay, so now first of all we'll do the connection to this. So when connecting it actually into the headpiece itself, okay, I can show you, hopefully if I just move my hand you'll be able to see it, and you can see I'm just going to push it into those locators there. Okay, and I'm going to push it in and I'm going to turn it, and you can see there. Okay, turning it in to lock it, give it a pull to make sure it's in, and I'll turn it back again and take it out. Okay, so that's how you actually connect the hose. Just pop that down there. So the unit itself, actually donning the headpiece. Okay, on the back here you've got a nice little wheel ratchet that actually you use to secure it to your head. Okay, so we'll just undo that. I'll just pop that onto my head, centralize it, that you can see there, then do my wheel ratchet actually up. Yeah, make sure it's nicely tucked over my ears. And here on the bottom, can you see this D loop here? Okay, so when I want to pull the face screen and the shroud down, I'm going to pull this D ring and I'm going to sit it underneath my chin. Okay, so here we go, sitting it underneath my chin, and there you go, it's actually in position. Let me just move that up and out of the way. Okay, so again you can see it's D-ring, so you pull it down obviously via that and push it up via that as well. Okay, so now you might find that when this area here fits around the face, for people with smaller faces it might feel a little bit loose. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. The system still operates absolutely perfectly, still gives you that certification, but if you're just conscious of it and just for a bit of peace of mind, there's some Velcro attachments just up the top here. You can just tighten those up just to pull that very slightly tighter under the chin. But as I said, it doesn't make any difference, because remember you've got that positive pressure of air that's actually coming down over the face. 200 litres a minute exactly is what's actually flowing. Okay, so now when we're talking about the actual do's and don'ts, let's talk about the filter first. So the filter that I showed you earlier, so with this filter you can't clean it, okay, so you can't wipe the paper filter media actually clean. So you're going to need to dispose of that. Now what we recommend is between 24 and 40 hours of operation, okay, that you then dispose of that. Please follow your decontamination procedures, because ultimately at the end of the day there could be obviously a live virus that's living on there. When you change this mains filter, change the pre-filter at the same time, okay? So the way you do that, it's quite easy. It obviously just comes out like so, yeah? But please, as I said, make sure that you're actually wearing your PPE when you come to changing that, okay? So let me just snap that back up on there. Now, cleaning of the actual face screen and the hood system and everywhere like that, we don't recommend that you immerse the product, okay? We should look at really surface cleaning, and that's the best way to actually clean this. So if we think of the hose, and we think of the unit, and we think of the headpiece, then external cleaning with, say, a Clinell wipes would be okay. If you wanted to use something like Distel, that's not a problem at all. You could use sodium hypochlorite, or you could use sodium hydroxide, but using a solution greater than 1% per part, obviously, but less than 2.5%, okay. But there's a lot of, a lot of people out there that are using lots of different stuff. There's lots of different stuff on the market. But that's really, our sort of recommendation. When you're cleaning, I would advise Distil do like a 10-to-1 spray, basically, so you can spray all of the inside and obviously leave it to actually activate. And whenever you're drying any of these, make sure you air dry them. Okay, so please make sure you air dry them. Now, when you're spraying with things that contain a microbial agent, you may decrease the lifespan of certain components, okay? It's just the crystalline structure of some of these elements that the microbial agent gets into, okay? All the parts on this, we're not talking about, a week, but all the parts on this are fully replaceable, okay? So you can buy spares of everything, so not a problem actually replacing those particular parts at all. Okay, so that's that. When we look at cleaning on the hose, you can see there got a bit of a concertina bit. So again, a spray obviously or a wipe could be used. Please be careful obviously with the insides. Please try and get anything on the inside, because ultimately that's your breathing area, so you don't want to get any cleaning liquid or anything like that on that. And I'll just pop that down there. And when we talk about the unit, the outside of the unit, you can obviously clean that area and clean that area just over with a wipe or something like that. Belt system, again, you can clean it with that. That's fully adjustable, and it's just that clip system that you can see there, okay, that just unclips and clips back in, and obviously you can adjust it to your certain size, okay. Now, if you do have any questions, any queries, anything like that, you need to know a bit more about the product, then please go to our website, click on the contact us bit, and you'll go through to our lovely people in our customer experience team, and they'll be able to then answer any of your queries, okay. So that's me, Chris Tidy, talking about the Concept Air, in particular the brow guard system. Please look after yourself, but most of all, stay safe. Thank you.